EnterTalk Radio, you're in to all things music.
Welcome to Sharpen the Axe. Explore the bleeding edge of guitar and bass gear. Discover a sound uniquely your own and cut through the noise. With your hosts, Eric Lucero and Paul Berezetsky.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of Sharpen the Axe. I am Eric.
I'm Paul.
And today we are featuring Joyo Audio, in particular their Ironman series. But first, what's new, Paul?
I was pretty excited yesterday. We had one of our shows, Jackie's Groove. We had the sax player and a drummer for Billy Joel.
Oh, nice. Right on. Awesome.
Richie Kanata, the sax player, and Liberty DeVito, the drummer.
Right on.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have them on the network.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't even know about that. I'll have to listen in later, and I can just go on EnterTalk Radio and download all that.
Yeah, EnterTalkRadio.com. You can download our app, iTunes Store or Google Play, EnterTalk Radio app. We're on Facebook. You can find us YouTube, wherever.
Awesome. Yeah, we really cover all the bases. All it's missing is like SoundCloud and Reverb.
We're on SoundCloud. We're on YouTube. We're iTunes. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find us.
Well, there you go. You have no more options to not have heard this show or any of the other shows like Jackie's Groove, Vinyl Night, Changing Stage, or any others that I can read off the banner behind me.
That's why it's here. It's a cheat sheet for you.
Yeah, awesome. It worked.
It actually, we lowered it. It pulls all the way up. There's more shows under there that you can't see, but you have to. It's like levels. You have to get.
Yeah, I haven't even passed the initial levels here, as our listeners can tell.
You have to defeat some bosses before you could get to that.
Awesome. And save the princess at the end, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Princess Megan.
Shout out to our show production manager, Megan. Yeah, and what else is going on? Whole bunch of awesome album release dates coming out. A lot of 90s bands like the Jesus and Mary Chain have put out new music. One of my favorite bands from the 2000s at the Drive-In is put out an album release date, tour dates, all that kind of stuff. So we're already looking forward to a ton of awesome music coming out in 2017. And
the 90s are back.
They are.
The 80s have come and gone. The 90s are back.
If you look hard enough, you'll still find some very active 80s all over the place.
That's true.
I have to hand it to Steel Panther, for example, on the glam rock side. These guys are murdering it on that circuit.
But I heard like Temple of the Dog is back and playing.
They at least did a reunion show in New York that I heard about, and fair enough. I mean, why not? Chris Cornell and Eddie Vedder, right? Yeah. If they can stand each other to be on stage long enough, why the hell not? That'd be awesome.
At least for one show.
Yeah. At least for one, right? That was one of the bands that I missed out on discovering all that stuff from when I was too young to really realize. But still, hey.
Same with me. I wasn't too young. I was right around the same age, but I was too big of a dork. Or it's not even that. Like, I kind of haven't really gotten over like the 80s shredder stuff before I was just getting into guitar playing and all of that. And
nice.
the alternative stuff didn't really speak to me yet at that point, because I was still like, I think Skid Row is awesome.
All right, on hey, nothing wrong with some Sebastian Bach and company rocking, right?
Hell yeah.
I never really got too much into the 80s shredder stuff. Some Guns N'
Roses, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was big on that. Like around the time when grunge hit, I was still in the Guns N' Roses camp.
And although they kind of lasted pretty well into the 90s, so for me it's a hard split there. But yeah, I remember all the big wall of sound, fuzzed out guitars, and some of the crazy sounds from like stuff that Rage Against the Machine or Smashing Pumpkins would do. That's what caught my attention, being really little on the radio. So I kind of started noticing around that alternative grunge time.
Yeah,
but here we are today, and a lot of those bands are reuniting because
Guns
the
N'
money's
Roses
good.
just had the huge reunion.
That's true. Yeah, I missed out on that. I had some friends that went and saw them.
Yeah, I was trying to get a friend of mine to go to that, but he couldn't make it or something, and I don't know. I didn't push it hard enough. maybe next year if they could keep it together and
keep it going. You never know. I think maybe a year ago or so, but everyone thought it'd be okay. They're gonna do like one tour, make the money, and then disappear again because they hate each other. But we've had like 2 or 3 reunions since the tour with Diamond Dave.
Wow.
So
until he knocked himself out and with a mic stand or something.
Oh, wasn't that like the Jimmy Kimmel show or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
was doing his baton twirl.
Yeah, and he gave himself a head injury, was bleeding, but he kept going.
That's right, because he's David Lee Roth.
Exactly. Yeah. So props to him. That's some showmanship right there and some dedication. That all right, I'm bleeding from the head. I'm going to keep on going through Hot for Teacher or whatever it was.
If he accidentally killed himself on stage, he would at least roll around on the floor to get the show going.
I'm dying. That would be pretty amazing. Yeah. I wish I had that kind of energy, and I'm like, I think half his age.
Yeah. He lives in Japan right now, and he's like just studying like samurai sword fighting.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a real thing?
That's a real
David
thing.
Lee Roth is studying samurai sword fighting?
Like for real, seriously. Like he takes it super serious.
I don't have no idea how to react to that.
Maybe I think that's probably what he was trying to do with the baton twirling or the mic stand twirling that he was doing.
So if I chuck a watermelon at him, is he going to be able to slice that thing in half midair?
Either slice it in half midair, or he's going to hit himself in the face with the back of the sword.
Diamond Dave with a badass scar. There we go.
He's awesome.
Yeah, that I might have to take some time to process the whole samurai sword David Lee Roth thing. But in the meanwhile, let's check out
back to the toys.
Yeah, back to the toys in front of us. So the Ironman series is a inexpensive series from Joyo. They all have the same chassis, and they all have these covers that flip open and shut, so you don't mess up any settings trying to stomp on these really compact pedals. And these are space savers. And they are great for the budget-minded guitarist or bassist. Of the 8 that I brought today, they all run between $55 and $65.
Very cool.
So you don't want to take your vintage boxes or expensive boutique boxes on the road and need something that just fills in the time. Well, hey, here you go. Here's an option for you to check out.
Very, very cool. The covers are very handy. I think that the only other pedal company that I can think of that does something similar is Ibanez, where they have the pop-up switches where you don't accidentally knock them over.
The tone locks. I used to have those.
The tone locks.
Those are some of my first pedals. Wow, bringing back some memories.
But other than that, everyone else is just kind of just be careful not to kick your pedal.
Yeah, for the most part. And I even like when I hit my pedal, I kind of like hit it at an angle like that with my shoes, so I'm not directly on top of it and can mess stuff up.
Huh. That's not a bad idea.
Right, yeah. Plus, I've just learned the angle of my pedal board after long enough, so it's just habit. But, I mean, because you hit these dead on top, it's definitely possible for, like, the sole of your shoe to move some of these around and mess up your settings, which is, especially in something like a delay or a tremolo.
Although the knobs are so tiny that I think even if you kick it accidentally, I don't know if you would necessarily... Like, you probably just hit it on top.
And they're pretty sturdy, so you're probably right, but the extra insurance is nice. Or if you're like a Johnny Greenwood type and don't want anyone to know your settings and stuff like that, I guess you can hide them. That works that way as well.
Your super secret Joyo settings.
Yeah, right. It's the one tone in the world you don't want anyone to know, your Joyo settings.
Yeah.
But we have 8 of them with us today. We have the... Purple Storm Fuzz in front of us right now, the AT Drive or AT Drive, the Raptor Flanger, and the Molo-trem Tremolo. We decided to start off with today, and I mean, they're all have pretty common controls for what they are. I mean, you got fuzz, volume, and bias on the Purple Storm. On the AT Drive, you have let's see, I didn't memorize none of these. High-low volume drive, like any basic drive with an EQ. You got width, regeneration, speed, and delay on the flanger. I also probably should have prepared a little more on some of these.
It's so many pedals. I have to.
Last-minute decisions and all that.
That's
and
true.
The Molo-trem has rate, depth, and wave on there. So, pretty basic controls and common across any of these kinds of effects, but
in a tiny little package.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pedalboard friendly, space saving, and light. You're trying to do a quick fly rig.
Yeah.
These are great go-tos.
And then expensive.
Oh yeah. Again, 55 to 65 for any of the 8 that I brought today. But let's try turning them on, and see what happens.
All right. What do you want to try first? The Fuzz?
Yeah, let's go with the Fuzz. And that's with the bias and fuzz at probably 1 or 2 notches just below noon each. Here, how about you play and I'll twist these and see what we can do.
To the bridge pickup now.
Oh, let's hear it.
And I'm playing single coils.
And that's with a bias all the way up, so it's very sputtery and fuzzy, Velcro-y.
Mm-hmm.
But you turn it back down, it goes really nice for some like good crunchier sort of sound.
More like
a distortion.
More like an overdrive or a distortion kind of thing.
More controllable and chord friendly.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, right? Not, for sort of a fuzz face or, general fuzz sound, it's a nice go-to. It'll get the job done if you don't need anything that's really big muffy or very doomy and over the top. So, yeah, the Purple Storm. Let's try the At Drive. And that's everything at high noon. So let me start with the gain, then I'll do the high-low, sweeping back and forth. And this is with single coils in this case. So a little bit of a surprising amount of sweep in those highs and lows there, so you can, shape it pretty well tonally. And I kind of like the brittle lo-fi sound when I took away the bass and up the treble. But not a bad option. It doesn't really strike me as any kind of leaning towards any particular kind of overdrive. But for that generic sort of sound that gets the job done, it's there.
Nice little bluesy kind of.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is mid-rangey, like it's a
Tube Screamer.
There we go. There you go.
nice with the humbuckers.
Yeah, not bad at all for sure. Yeah, not bad at all. It does the job, and you get enough control with that, just the high and low EQ. And you can even use it as sort of just a clean boost if you edge it just right on the bottom there.
Let me hear that. I like just a little bit of breakup, kind of.
Here's at 0. And I'll raise it up into where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Let me go clean. And then engaged. There we go. Not bad at all, not bad.
I like that.
Well, actually, you leave that on for a little bit of bite while we try out the Raptor Flanger here.
All right.
Definitely gets much of a flanger guy. I tend to lean towards a chorus or phaser whenever I need something like that.
Yeah, same with me.
But it's the more I've tried some of them around the store, I start to get curious about them for sure. And there's plenty of options out there, but I really don't have many references that I can think of off the top of my head for. Oh, that's a good go-to flanger sound. So to me, this sounds great, right? Unless you can think of any.
Same thing with me. I don't have a lot of experience. I used to have the Boss Flanger, the
BF.
Yeah, the BF. I kind of got bored, something like that.
FL, I forgot. Yeah.
I sort of got bored with the standard flanger sounds in there, but I found one that sounded very much like a Leslie.
Oh, really? Nice.
And I just taped the knobs shut so it would just stay that way, and I kept it that way until I kind of got bored with it, and I kind of got a tendency to overuse it.
Yeah.
And ended up getting rid of it, but that was kind of cool.
That is a fear I have anytime I get a modulation pedal. Is I'm gonna just stomp on it every time I want to hear that sound, like even when the chorus that I use is a delay slowed down to the point where it sounds like a chorus. Just so I get that itch that I'm overusing it, I just kick my expression pedal forward, and there's a delay again. Now it's not what it was. Just to knock myself out of that, like I'm gonna overuse this sound. But again, someone who's buying these is probably looking for a stationary effect, and this is a great option. Let's see what we can do with this. Hold on. I like that. That's pretty cool. All right, that does sound pretty awesome.
A little Spiral Architect for you all.
There, should I know that track?
No, it's I think a relatively obscure Black Sabbath tune.
Oh wow, yeah. Then I probably should know that.
I think from one of like the later albums.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's. I don't know Black Sabbath as well as I should.
Never Say Die or something. I don't know. Someone's. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I learned this when I was like 17.
Hey, it sounds like a good track to me. I'll have to check it out when I get home. We should probably make a listen to this playlist for our listeners at some point. All the stuff we reference and play with. Next up, the Molo-trem, which is, as you probably guessed, a tremolo. It's just got wave, rate, and depth on it. And this is everything at about noon. So I'm going to up the wave to about 3/4 and the depth to about 3/4.
Oh, I can compete with you now.
Not right. You cannot deny the cool of a tremolo. No matter how much you try, it always sounds, it always gives that swampy feeling or garage rock feeling.
Yeah.
And also, I should note that we have helping us now on the show as well a Morley Twin Mix, which is a ABY which you can boost the signal of the two inputs. So now
This helps a lot because we're both going through into the same amp, Mesa Boogie F50. And before we were had this kind of jerry-rigged thing that if one of us turned down the volume, then the other one's guitar would go out, and we couldn't really match our volume levels. But now we can, and now my wussy single coils can kind of keep up with you.
Compete with. This is actually Paul's guitar is the JB and Jazz he's got in this Epiphone here, which are. Yeah.
What's your main axe, by the way? Maybe.
Oh, I'll bring it next time.
Yeah. Why don't you bring in one of your guitars? I'm sure people are sick of looking at the same.
Bring in some variety.
Yeah.
My main guitar is an Electrical Guitar Company Series 1, so it's all aluminum with a pair of P90s on there.
Nice.
Which, it's fun. I love that thing to death. It's my most recent purchase.
Gibson P90s?
No, made by Electrical Guitar Company as well. And actually, if you guys go over our NAMM coverage, I interviewed Kevin Burkett of Electrical Guitar Company, along with Mark McElwee, who was one of the co-founders of Travis Bean, who Kevin Burkett also builds now in agreement with Travis Bean's family. But yeah, I'll bring my main axe in next time, and the backup for it is a Ibanez ORM1, the Omar Rodriguez Lopez signature model.
Nice.
Who's at the drive-in, who I mentioned earlier. But yeah, well, we'll bring in some varieties. Maybe I'll snag some stuff on occasion from Pitbull Audio.
Sure.
Where you can find me. Well, I'm in the back room, but you can ask for me, and I'll be there Monday through Friday, and we can check out some Joyos. We can check out whatever we have available, try it out, and see what you think.
Maybe you want to build a little travel board with these things.
Yeah, true. Yes, we were talking about that before the show. I've actually gotten to build for a couple people, put together like 6-pedal fly rigs of little minis about the size of these, and I really enjoy doing that. So come on in if you need that, and I will help you out to the best of my abilities.
They're so adorable. I just want to eat them up.
They're tiny, and they're all multicolored, like little Skittles, or like jelly beans,
or
each a different flavor.
Yeah. Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow.
Except that brown one. I'm not sure about that brown one.
How do you know it's not chocolate or root beer?
I guess it could be. Yeah.
Or it could be turd flavored. You never know.
Then what's the gray one?
That's. Oh wow! How many directions can we go in with that? Mercury. It's mercury flavored. Yeah.
All right.
So not only do you get a terrible flavor of metal in your mouth, you also get mercury poisoning if you eat that.
The orange one looks pretty delicious, though.
Yeah. Orange or tangerine, all kinds of fun flavors. I'm going to guess this is mint.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Purple, got to be grape.
Grape.
Right?
Yep.
So,
Grapey purple,
yeah,
orangey orange, mercury gray,
and mint Molo-trem. This is what Joyo does to us. Now let's try some of these in combination, because I mean, you got to try some together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have you going for one more chord. But, I mean, it goes without saying that the most fun part of messing with pedals is putting them together and seeing what they do. Different ones.
Got this like cool hollow sound to it for chords.
Right? Yeah.
We don't have a clock today, so that snuck up on us.
There, yeah. We'll be right back with 4 more Joyo pedals and plenty of other announcements when we come back.
You're listening to Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio. Talk to you in just a couple of minutes.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al Di Meola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on EnterTalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Make this your vinyl night. I'm John J.R. Robinson, and every week, music creation comes alive through stories, experiences, and sounds when vinyl records filled our hearts and minds. My friends and I share our tips and techniques used in creation of iconic tracks for recording artists such as Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, Quincy Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name a few. Vinyl has emerged hot, and the soul of vinyl defines art and passion which burns deepest at night. Tune in every Wednesday.
Welcome to Sharpen the Axe. Explore the bleeding edge of guitar and bass gear. Discover a sound uniquely your own and cut through the noise. With your hosts, Eric Lucero and Paul Berezetsky.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. We have more Joyo goodies in front of us. We have the Wooden Soul, which is an acoustic simulator. The Orange Juice, which is an amp sim. In this case, obviously, an orange amplifier sim. A Future Chorus, again, it's in the name. And a Time Magic Delay. Now, Paul, before we get into these, what aside of have you gone to mini pedals before for convenience or for space saving?
No, the smaller thing I have on my board is the Electro-Harmonics, the phaser, what's it called? Nano.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Small Stone.
Small Stone.
There we go.
Yeah. Small Stone Nano.
There we go. Yeah.
One of my favorite pedals, by the way. It's one of mine go-to trippy sounds, but it never disappoints. Like, it always just seems to find its place, especially in kind of like, a lot of the funk 70s soul stuff that I've been playing. It just always fits right in.
It's an instant, easy, good wet vibe on that. Yeah. I do love phasers. I don't own one at the moment, but every time I try it in the store, I think it's called the Womb from Chase Bliss always catches my attention. Actually, I should have brought. I'm pretty sure they have a phaser in the Ironman series, but I can't remember off the top of my head. These are the ones that interested me the most, and I hadn't tried all of them. But I noticed for a few years there, and even it's still happening, a lot of companies were making their own, like shrinking all their pedals to a little mini-sized. I mean, I know Ibanez did it, a whole mess of other companies did. And a lot of companies still will make a junior like Electro-Harmonics. They have the Memory Boy, the standard size. Memory Boy Deluxe is the bigger one, and then the Memory Toy is a little mini-sized one. Or again, Electro-Harmonics, the Pog 2, Pog Micro, Pog Nano.
Right.
So there's some variety, but there is something to be said when you don't want to buy another pedal board that you drilled. I'm facing this right now. A big pedal board that you drilled your actually, I'm sorry, opposite way around for most others. Small pedal board, you've already drilled your power supply into it, and you don't want to have to use up the real estate or have to shift the power supply you spent probably a good amount of money onto another board.
Yep.
So that's where these kind of come in handy. It's just about looking around and finding the right one. And Joyo, who has other pedals aside from this Ironman series, is definitely a good option. Let's see. Have you ever used an acoustic sim before at all?
Yes, but I forget what I forget what it was.
Yeah,
I remember whatever it wasn't very impressive.
Yeah,
I think they seldom are, but I'm curious to see what this sounds like.
Yeah, there's definitely some good ones out there, but I've always just would rather have a acoustic on a DI to the side.
Right.
But I almost view these acoustic sims as modulation. Like, it's just another cool flavor you could line up in a certain way to give it a certain effect aside from just acoustic simulation. But yeah, let's see what we can do with this. Or let's go clean first. And here we go.
There you go. Try it with a pick. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
Yeah, I kind of felt like, again, this could just be me tricking myself, but that I turned down the highs, and all that's on here is volume, bass, middle, treble controls. I turned down the mid and treble and up the bass a little. It almost sounded classically to me, a little bit more subdued. And I wanted to hear a bright, maybe piezo-equipped acoustic. I turned the others back up, kind of to where it is now. clean. And
Yeah,
right,
I'm fooled.
not bad at all.
Yeah.
Wow, I almost forgot how to play that song. It sounds much better, I noticed, with
the single coils?
than it does with humbuckers here.
These are pretty bright pickups as it is. They cut through pretty nice.
So I guess that's one thing I'm learning right now that helps with acoustic simulators.
I'm also playing on the neck. Maybe you want to see what you. Try middle.
Neck, middle, treble, or bridge. Yeah, I guess it just sounds better on single coils, at least in this situation. Yeah, it's just better on single. At least this one is better on single coils. Who would have expected?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the wooden sole sounds like. Let's move on to the orange juice. So this is the only one, honestly, out of any of these that I know I've tried. Actually, no, I have tried the Purple Storm before, but I'm a huge orange and Mad Amp amplifier fan. So when I saw this thing, I just had to give it a shot, and I've been pretty impressed with it. Just turn the gain up on this.
That one I kind of like better with humbuckers.
Yeah.
With your guitar. That one likes humbuckers.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. It's got voice, drive, tone, and volume on this. Now let's set it about. Actually, I like it where it is, but let's go from voice from front to back and see what this does. If you don't mind playing.
Sure.
So it sounds kind of like a high contour for me a little bit, like shaping the top end or dulling it out a little bit, like another tone control in a sort of way.
Yeah.
But I've noticed the tone control here is also pretty sharp. Let's see what this sounds like on the lower sides of the gain, right where that breakup part is where you like it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of recognize that song. What song was that?
Megan, what song was that? Rosanna, Toto.
Oh. They're a lesser known hit and compared with Africa.
Yeah, also a pretty big one.
Yeah, that's true. And I heard it was written about Rosanna Arquette on top of that.
Is that true?
That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know the truth behind that. If the
Tino's nodding his head, I guess it's true.
Yeah, sort of. Okay. Tino said that someone in the band was dating Rosanna Arquette, but it wasn't the one who wrote the song. So maybe it's
the guy that wrote the song was like, "This is going to end badly. I'm going to write a song about it."
Just take some influence from it, I guess. Why not? I mean, look at the story behind. Was it Layla? Mm-hmm. Was it written about George Harrison's wife?
Yes.
Yeah. See, the example right there. If you happen to be a rock star, don't trust your other rock star friends. They are trying to steal your significant other.
That's true. They're not really your friends.
No, none of them are. None of them are. It's the show is also about sad truths. Damn it, and that's one right there. Let's continue on.
Before we do that, so the clock doesn't sneak up on us again, we got some announcements for.
That is true. We do still have the NAMM Celebration Guitar Rig giveaway going. That's a lot to say. You can
There's
go
a lot of stuff on there.
There is, yeah. There's ESP guitars, Super amps, effects from Eventide, Paradox, Strymon, Earthquaker Devices, and Empress. And, of course, the ones who put it together, Mission Engineering, are contributing a couple items in there. It's literally a full rig from guitar. Oh, and Bestronix for cables. Mm-hmm. But it is a complete rig from guitar to amp. It's pretty awesome. Also at guitar or
and that's kind of coming to an end soon, right? End of the month, end of February's.
At March 6th?
March 6th.
Yeah, at March 6th.
You got up until March 6th to sign up.
Yes, yeah, and you can go to our. Yeah, link is on the EnterTalk Radio and Sharpen the Axe Facebook pages. On the EnterTalk website, I believe it's there as well.
Yep.
And Mission Engine, it's all through Mission Engineering. So thanks again to Paul and James for everything they've done. We also have some announcements. Wow, stuttering a lot tonight. Mm-hmm. For Pitbull Audio, we have Bunny Brunel doing a clinic for ESP on March 3rd. And also, we have Doyle Dykes for Godin Guitars coming by.
Nice.
And I forgot if that's March 13th or the 23rd. Again, things I should know off the top of my head. But, yeah, please come to either. It'll be great times. Both of them are very awesome players, of course, and great educators. So, yeah, March 3rd for Bunny Brunel and 13th or 23rd, I think. 13th? Yeah, March 13th for Doyle Dykes. So, yeah, come on by, guys. It'll be a whole lot of fun.
And if you can't make it or if you live too far from the San Diego area, we will be streaming the events live on Facebook.
Yes.
So you could always check it out that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Through the Sharpen the Axe or Pitbull Audio Facebook pages. Anything else you could think of? Are we missing anything?
Back to the toys.
Yeah, back to the toys.
We've done our duty.
True, yeah. Those are our reads for the night. We also have the Future Chorus, which, again, pretty basic for a chorus pedal, has level, depth, and rate on there. So let's see what this sounds like. Haven't played this in so long, but you can't help it with it when you have a chorus in front of you. Go for it. Let's see what you can do.
So sad.
Right, yeah. Play something happier.
tried to throw the acoustic simulator in there.
It's a digital chorus that'll get the job done. I mean, it's unlike a lot of the boutique ones these days where you can say choose the wave shape or even add drift to the chorus or something like that. This is just a good go-to sine wave chorus. It does the job, and you can get a little bit kind of. That's with depth and rate maxed out. So that's about the waters you can get. Yeah, I thought I had something there, and it turns out I didn't. But yeah, I mean, you need a just basic 80s chorus sound that can get the job done in a little flight path or fly rig, excuse me, for $55 to $65. Right here you go, the future chorus. Sounds better slowed down rather than on the fast rate.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not much of a chorus user, are you?
I am.
You? Oh, you
once
are?
Once in a while, yeah.
Right on.
Especially for like slower ballady stuff like this, where it's like picking or just lush chords ringing out. I do like it.
That's a little bit of extra depth. And speaking of adding space and depth, let's go with the last one here, the Time Magic, and see what we can do there.
All right. That.
Right. It's not bad for a go-to little digital delay. Barely got through that riff then. But not much degeneration there. It's a little bit analog-y, but I think still a digital delay. Yeah, it doesn't quite decay like an analog delay would, so it's, yeah. Well, I gotta try something in particular. I'll go for it, yeah. There we go, some double tracking sort of sound. So you can get short enough to kind of get a double track sound here, which is pretty cool. And I like that it gets the weird.
Whoa!
That was me. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, my favorite trick with any delay. Oh wait, I did it the wrong way. Let me try that again real quick.
All right, there, Karma Police.
I don't care how much any of our listeners hate it. Every time there's a delay on this table, I will do that.
Just peeked out my board here.
I fried some ears. I peeked out a board. It's how we work here. At least how I work here.
That's pretty cool, though.
There are some delays that don't do that, and I really do judge a delay by how it sounds when it oscillates like that. Amongst many, many other factors, it's just one of the things I look for. But still, fun to do.
I'll turn you back up if you promise not to do that again.
I promise I won't.
All right. Oh, I got the acoustic simulator.
Gotta hear it. It sounded very Cars-like there.
Yeah, I really like the decay on that thing. Wanted to be with you alone
and talk about the weather.
I love that song.
I know. I really have a thing for Tears for Fears.
Me too.
They, by the way, for again, something we should add to our playlist for our listeners. But look up their Spotify live list or set list on YouTube. It is so good. But again, this sort of sounds the English drive from the orange juice, the chorus, and the delay just make me think of a very 80s sort of lead tone.
There you go. We should rehearse this for next time.
Right, yeah, have it down. I can't think of any other 80s hits off the top of my head to play with these. I need to still work out a solo arrangement of Never Gonna Give You Up so I can rickroll our listeners every time we're on here. But again, these Ironman series from Joyo are a great inexpensive, compact, fly rig ready option. I mean, you've heard it here tonight. They'll do the job. I mean, unless you're looking for something insanely unique or something very specific, like, you know, the guy's looking for a dumble head and a pedal. These Joyos will get the job done for.
Especially if you're like in a cover band where you have to cover a wide range of sounds that need to sound, you know, authentic, but, you know, you don't necessarily want to dish out $200 for each of your pedals to get it.
Right. Yeah. What would end up being with a boutique brand, with any boutique makers, you know, a $500, $600, $700 pedal board.
Yeah.
Can you know, you can have 10 of them instead of like 4 or 5 at that range.
Yeah.
So again, they make a much wider variety than is here. They've released some new ones like a bass drive and a bass DI. I know there's also you can go on pitbullaudio.com and check them all out. Look up Ironman series on our search. Thank you for listening. I'm Eric Lucero. That's Paul right over there. Say goodbye, Paul.
Goodbye, folks. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. This is Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio. We'll catch you next time with more cool gear. Take it easy.
And plenty of other goodies. Have a good one, guys.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing.